All right, y'all, sit down, lie down, squat down, but I'm back, Belle Tellz. So I'm going to show you all how I make my cheesy chicken and wild rice casserole. So here's the things you're going to need. Here we go. You're going to need 2 rotisserie chickens, 3 cans of cream of chicken, 2 onions, 2 boxes of the wild rice from Rotisserie, 2 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, 2 8 ounces of extra sharp cheese, chicken broth, and then you're going to need onion powder, which I need to get more of, black pepper, all-purpose Greek seasoning, and minced garlic. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and start cooking the rice, because while the rice is cooking, you can start deboning the chicken. Okay, so where it suggests for you to do 1 cup and 2/3 of water, instead of doing that, you'll do chicken broth. And then you will also, since we're doing 2 boxes of the rice-a-roni, you will do 2 tablespoons of the rice. All right, so we've got the butter in there. So now what I'm going to do is just add the rice. I'm going to turn my burner on. All right, so we've got that starting to cook. Now I'm going to add the rice. All right, so I'm just going to add the rice to that butter. All right, let's go ahead and turn that oven on to 350. So we've got the oven set at 350 because you're going to have to bake this. So while the butter is melting, I'm going to go ahead and get stuff ready to do, start deboning that chicken. So what you want to do is just coat that rice with the butter while you're frying it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add the seasoned pouches from the rice-a-roni. Just go ahead and add them to the rice while it's frying in the butter. Just like so, with both of those pouches. All right, so that rice is cooking real good. All right, so I've added 1 cup of the chicken broth. I'm going to add the other cup of the chicken broth. All right, we're going to pour it in there, and then we're going to add 2 of the 2/3 cups of more chicken broth. Okay, so we got all that chicken broth in there, so we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it cook for about 25 minutes. Okay, so we've gotten it to a boil, so what I'm going to do is turn it down to a simmer, cover it up. We're going to let it cook for 25 minutes. All right, so while that is cooking, let's go ahead and debone this chicken, and then we're going to go from there. All right, so we got that chicken all deboned. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take the onions, chop them up, and saute them. All right, I've started chopping up the onions. So what I'm going to do is add some olive oil to my frying pan. Alrighty, so I'm going to add some olive oil to the frying pan. All right, so I'm going to turn my burner on, and I'm going to start sauteing the onions, and just as I'm chopping them up, just throwing them in the frying pan. All right, I've got those onions sauteing. We've got about 9 minutes left on that rice. So let me stir these around a little bit, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do next after they get a little bit more caramelized. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of butter in there to give it a little bit better flavor. So let's do about 2 tablespoons of it. All right, so there's the butter. I'm going to put the lid on and let this saute a little bit. All right, I got my cheese shredder set up, so let's go ahead and start shredding that cheese. And in the meantime, just checking back and forth with the onions. And you want to shred the mozzarella cheese. So you will need 16 ounces of mozzarella cheese. All right, now that we've got those onions caramelized and softened, I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken. So we're going to add the chicken to the onions. And we're going to mix that up. All right, so now that we've got that stirred up, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic.